Howdy everyone, welcome to This Old Vegan. My name is Merlene Vassell, and in this video I'm going to talk about how I relate to people who are not vegan. I've been asked many times over the years whether a vegan would date a non-vegan. I think this is an interesting question that can only be answered by the particular vegan. I've heard some vegans say absolutely not, and I've heard other vegans say, of course, I date non-vegans and I've successfully converted them one at a time. For me, the answer has always depended on the person's personality, of course, and their level of compassion. As an ethical vegan, I don't think that I would be compatible with someone who hunts and fishes and believes that animals are here only for the use of humans. However, I could be compatible with someone who is kind and compassionate and gentle, but hasn't thought deeply about the contradiction that raises with eating and wearing animals. When I first became vegetarian, I was actually the only vegetarian that I knew, which means that all of my friends were non-vegetarian. However, that didn't stop me. I've always been a bit introverted and a nonconformist, so peer pressure was no issue for me. For others, the pressure to fit in with friends and families may be a deterrent. It's harder to enjoy gatherings where food is served when you're a vegan among non-vegans. My strategies included eating before I went to such an event, bringing a vegan dish with me, and always making sure that I carried non-perishable vegan snacks in my purse. I do want to point out, however, that I found that non-vegans would always look out for me. For example, when I went to work lunches at restaurants, everybody would be scouring the menu for things that I could eat, which was a bit funny and endearing to me because obviously I can fend for myself and I've had much more experience than they have in finding vegan items on menus. However, I knew they were trying to be helpful, and the fact that they cared about me is what was important. Something that I found very ironic is that whenever I would order the vegan meal at a conference or at a restaurant or even on an airplane, the people around me would always look at my meal and say, "Oh, what is that? What are you having? I want that," instead of, the chicken or fish or whatever it was that they had ordered. What that tells me is that a lot of people might be more open to vegan food if they just have more exposure to it. I'm sharing my opinions and experiences in this video so that you can take from it what you will. However, if you are a non-vegan who's interested in getting close to a vegan, I'm going to share a couple of tips that might help you make that happen. The first is that even if you are a meat eater, it would be better if you didn't eat meat in front of your vegan potential friend or mate, because the sight of you cracking crab legs or chewing on a rib is an image that person is going to have a hard time getting out of their mind. So better that you not do that in front of them. My second tip would be, don't ask your vegan friend about unlikely scenarios in order to test under what circumstances they would kill or eat an animal. By that I mean, I've received questions like, if you were on an island that had no vegetation, would you eat fish? Or if you saw a bear about to attack a group of children, would you shoot the bear? Obviously, people will do things that are out of character in extreme circumstances. So asking questions like that, you don't gain any knowledge from that. All that it does is annoy the vegan. If you were asked a question like, would you shoot your child in order to save 1,000 people's lives? I'm sure that you would be offended and annoyed, so it's a bad idea. However, if you are genuinely curious about veganism, then you really should go ahead and ask questions in a polite and respectful manner. But again, don't ask questions if you're really just looking for an opportunity to argue against veganism. Only ask questions if you're truly interested in hearing what the vegan's point of view is on a particular issue. I do feel that as a vegan, I'm often representing veganism to the rest of the world, whether I want to represent it or not. Therefore, I try to be as honest and polite as I can, especially when I'm interacting with people who are not vegans. Obviously, I don't support using animals, but that's no excuse to be rude and offensive or obnoxious to other people. I also like to remember the fact that I wasn't always vegan myself, and even before, I certainly wasn't a bad person. So it's would be a bit outrageous to treat other people as if that's the case for them. Also, I've encountered people who were omnivores years ago when I knew them, who are now vegans. I don't know if I had anything to do with them becoming vegan or not, but at least I know that I didn't turn them off from the idea with any kind of rude behavior towards them. Anyone can change when they are presented with new information and ideas, so you never know what might happen. Anyway, what do you think? Please share your thoughts in the comments below. And as always, thank you for watching this video, and I'm really looking forward to seeing you next time. Take care.